Electric vehicle owners are expressing disappointment, advocating for a return to gasoline-powered cars. Despite the widespread belief that electric cars represent the future of transportation, a growing number of owners are now opting out. The much-anticipated shift to electric vehicles is encountering notable obstacles. Despite a sales increase in 2022 and the early months of 2023, consumer enthusiasm has waned. This poses a threat to the rapid replacement of gasoline vehicles with electric ones. Following a promising start in 2022, the current lack of interest in electric vehicles raises questions about the feasibility of this automotive revolution. The initial excitement appears to be cooling off, and this shift in consumer sentiment could jeopardize the previously anticipated quick transition. But what is causing this change of heart among electric vehicle owners? Let's delve into this topic and understand why they now prefer gasoline vehicles. Electric vehicle market challenges. In 2023, the electric vehicle sector witnessed growth, albeit sales were below expectations. The introduction of new models, price reductions, and substantial tax incentives failed to boost sales as anticipated. Electric vehicle owners have shown dissatisfaction, particularly after the Tesla Cybertruck failed to meet expectations. The preference for gasoline vehicles remains strong. Automakers were caught off guard by this shift in preference. Recently, major players in the electric vehicle industry have had to revise their strategies. Tesla, for instance, reduced its prices again. Ford cut production of the F-150 Lightning pickup and delayed a $12 million investment in electric vehicles. Harold Wilhelm of Mercedes-Benz described the electric car market as challenging, forcing the brand to offer discounts after facing difficulties. General Motors postponed the launch of 3 new models and abandoned its goal of producing 400,000 electric cars by the end of 2024. Honda halted a partnership with GM to develop more affordable electric vehicles, acknowledging the market's new reality. These strategic changes highlight the obstacles and complexity of the evolving electric vehicle market. At Toyota, with its focus on hybrids rather than pure electrics, Akio Toyoda noted that people are beginning to recognize the facts. Even electric vehicle enthusiasts are starting to reconsider gasoline cars. This shift warrants significant reflection. Electric vehicle safety. Currently, the safety of electric vehicles compared to gasoline-powered ones is a hot topic. Various studies indicate that the risk of fires in electric vehicles is not higher. However, addressing a fire in an electric vehicle presents unique challenges, with conventional firefighting methods proving ineffective. Although the overall risk of fire in electric vehicles is not greater, extinguishing such fires is a complicated task. Traditional methods, effective for gasoline vehicles, fail against electric ones. Unlike traditional cars, where removing oxygen helps extinguish the fire, electric vehicle batteries contain their own oxygen, rendering this strategy ineffective. The situation worsens due to a phenomenon known as uncontrolled thermal runaway. Once a battery cell catches fire, the spread is rapid, and standard techniques fail to contain it. Often, submerging the car in water is required, without immediate success guaranteed. After the fire, measures such as isolating the vehicle for days are common. These challenges cause some electric vehicle owners to reconsider their return to gasoline models. Despite the overall safety of electric vehicles and efforts to improve firefighting tactics, fears of fires, including in homes, affect some owners' confidence. The environmental impact of electric vehicles, often touted as zero emissions, is also being reconsidered. While it's true they emit no gases through the exhaust, other aspects affecting their ecological footprint must be analyzed. Unless directly connected to renewable sources such as solar, wind, or hydropower, their impact depends on the local energy matrix. In many regions, including much of the United States, energy production still relies on sources like natural gas, nuclear, and coal, compromising the sustainability of electric vehicles. Moreover, manufacturing electric vehicles can generate more greenhouse gas emissions than conventional vehicles. Despite the increasing adoption of renewable energies in production, studies show that manufacturing an electric car can be more polluting. Battery components, such as lithium, nickel, and cobalt, are extracted through mining, an activity with known environmental and ethical impacts. Mining, especially cobalt in the Democratic Republic of the Congo involving child labor, raises ethical concerns about the sustainability of electric car production. Behind the electricity. Although the idea that cars emit no pollutants through the exhaust was sold as a major advancement, the perception of the total environmental impact, beyond daily use, has caused disappointment among some owners. Lately, they have become aware that owning an electric car involves challenges not so simple, including high recharge rates and increasingly crowded stations. Electric cars, once seen as cleaner and more efficient options, reveal a more complicated ownership reality than initially expected. A common complaint is about the high recharge rates, particularly imposed by some companies, like Tesla. The latter charges by the minute after the car reaches 80% battery capacity in highly frequented locations. This pricing scheme has caused dissatisfaction, bringing high and unexpected costs to owners, adding an unplanned financial burden. Additionally, crowding at charging stations is a constant problem. Electric car owners often find them full, having to wait a long time for a space. There are reports of people sleeping in their vehicles while waiting to recharge, to ensure enough energy for the following day. The irony of facing such obstacles, when stations should offer a convenient and quick service, highlights the difficulties present in the current scenario. The growing popularity of these vehicles, while positive for sustainable transportation, has pressured the charging infrastructure. This creates inconveniences and frustrations. Mass adoption without adequate infrastructure expansion and improvements in charging protocols may exacerbate existing challenges. The initial charm of electric cars diminishes in light of the perception that owning them brings its own financial challenges. Insurance cost is a concern, with higher values compared to gasoline cars. This is partly due to their expensive components, such as advanced batteries, which raise repair costs. Maintenance expenses are also a factor, despite the belief that electric cars require less care. When maintenance is needed, it can be quite expensive, especially battery replacement. Depreciation is another financial aspect to consider. Despite the high initial price, electric cars depreciate quickly, even more than gasoline models. This factor affects the total cost of ownership and concerns those thinking about resale value. Once again, these financial challenges cause some to reconsider their choice. And you, what do you think about electric cars currently? Have you encountered any of these problems or have a different opinion about owning them? Share your opinion here in the comments.